Hello, welcome. Today we're doing 14 endwalker, and I'm not sure what we're doing today, but I know we're starting with Hildibrand. So yeah, let's get into it. Yo, you're just in time to assist me with my latest fact-finding expedition. Our recent foray into Charlian revealed that Poo-Poo's friend was in the company of a Hainish alchemist, yes? As such, I was inspired to do some preliminary legwork here in Thavnir. I contacted my usual sources for local sightings of alien phenomena, but alas, they had none to share. I have thus switched tactics and decided to track down this alchemist fellow instead. Surely someone will have heard the tale of an apocryphy bold enough to set up shop on a Garlean battlefield. The inspector and the others have been pursuing a similar line of inquiry, yet have found no leads here in the city or at the Great Work. I believe they've moved their investigation to Yildibrand, so I suggest we hurry over and join them. I cannot have that little blue man muddying the waters when we're so close to grasping his master plan. This port town would be an excellent place to analyze global trading trends. What else can you tell us about your long-lost comrade, Poo-Poo? Oh, my friend is an exceptional individual, capable of astounding feats that I could never accomplish without the help of my starship's equipment. There he is. I see the two of you are eager as ever to observe my inspectorial genius at work. The long-term fans are often the most ardent. As a matter of fact, we were just about to continue our investigation into the alchemist we know to have been traveling with Master Poo-Poo's comrade. I mean, that is to say, I am merely following in the inspector's wake. You needn't be so modest, my dear Inspector Brandyhild. 'Tis wrong of me to comport myself as an equal to you in any respect, for I am but a copy, and a flawed one at that. Stuff and nonsense. Clone or not, self-deprecation is unbecoming in a Mandeville man. Exactly. The things you can do are amazing. Oh, I don't know about that. 'Twas you who saved Yo from certain doom, was it not? Well, not quite as allocucious as mine. Your rapid reasoning is nevertheless quite effective. 'Tis kind of you to accept me, rough edges and all. I only hope my meager contributions are of some small assistance. Too modest by half. I'd say his menial mental facilities far surpass those of the original. That's enough chin-wagging amongst ourselves, I think. Let us spread out and learn what the locals know of this adventurous apothecary. I'll fare your inquiries. If I may, are you perchance acquainted with any reckless alchemists? Inspector Hildebrand, a blocky man of Inspector Brandyhild, a blocky man of quality. Hello. Welcome, traveler. That's right, we're open for business again. Can't sit wallowing when there's sales to be made, am I right? So got any bicolor gemstones you're willing to part with? Don't know how I monitor how I'm doing on fates. Actually. This is how. Okay. So I need to unlock all the gemstone places in these places. 3 in each expansion. Okay. I might do that off stream. Or on. I'm not sure. But for now, back to Hildebrand. Alright. Perhaps if I emulated Inspector Hildebrand's cavalier attitude, I could be one of greater use in our investigations. Inspector Brandyhild is possessed of a brilliant mind. If you were willing to work with for the Thavnerian truth, I'd employ him in a heartbeat. Oh. Do I know any apothecaries in Radsahan? Of course, more than I can count. I've not heard tell of anyone peddling such goods in the heart of the Empire, though. Seems like a terrible idea to me, what with civil war raging and the world almost ending. Who would go gallivanting amidst the ruin of a fallen empire replete with unknown hazards for the sake of selling a few potions? No one I know, I'll tell you that much. I know of many merchants who travel abroad to ply their wares, but none who have business in Garlemald. You'd have to be mad or desperate indeed to consider setting up shop in that troubled land. Sorry, I wish I could help you, but I think I'd remember if someone mentioned a trading venture in Garlemald. Yes, I know the one of whom you speak. A fellow fisherman told me of a friend of his, an apothecary, who sent off for war-torn Garlemald to sell his medicines. A reckless fool, if you ask me. I have no interest in the affairs of such men, but you do, I take it. If so, I suggest you head to Yusuke and hear the tale for yourself. Look for a red-haired lad there gathering shellfish. Oh, yo, I hope your questioning has spawned fresher fruit than mine. Oh, a good friend of the alchemist in question, you say? Then let us gather the troops and pay a visit to this fallacious fisherman. The story of my apothecary friend. Oh, you must mean Barsavath. Well, I was near enough to calling it a day anyway, so here's what I can tell you. Barsavath comes from a very poor family and, growing up, never had much in the way of money or possessions. I suppose those experiences are what led to his lifelong obsession with gaining wealth. After trying his hand at a succession of trades, he decided alchemy would earn him the most skill, but his stock never sold as well as he hoped. So when he heard about the internal strife in Garlemald, he saw it as a golden opportunity. Surely the middle of a war was the best place to sell medicines. More like the best place for near-death experiences. He soon gave up on his Garlemald venture. But while one would have expected him to return lamenting his ill fortune, Barsavath was particularly euphoric when I saw him again. A God's given blessing he'd found in the snowfields had given him much cause to celebrate. He said he learned how to create gold. I must admit, I laughed at first. But then he showed me a gleaming mountain of the stuff, enough to proclaim himself a merchant prince. He even changed his name to Vandudi, a word which brings to mind the bounty of the divine. A man I have heard. He's the rising star in the markets, is he not? The one snapping up commercial ventures left and right? Yes, Van Hoody has certainly made his ambitions known here in Thavnir, especially when he attempted to purchase the entire port of Yildimarld. The dockmasters declined to sell, of course, but when it comes to buying historic landmarks, a bottomless purse can open surprising doors. Last I heard, he converted the gilded Area into a private abode, and has been filling it with every rare treasure his gold can secure. He pays out particularly large sums for artworks depicting the goddess Asura. I remember him being a fervent worshipper of hers, even as a child. I've encountered much Mansuya and Migra lore in Radzahan, yet I recall no mention of this Asura. Well, that's hardly surprising. As a deity of war, she is not well loved by the common folk. Brass is different, though. He sees life as a constant battle to amass wealth, and it is to Ashura whom he prays for victory. And damn me if she didn't listen. That once poor boy became merchant royalty, a man far too rich and important now to afford more than a fleeting moment for a simple fisherman. Even those who were once dear friends. If you'll excuse me, I really must leave it at that. These clams won't sell themselves, you know. How about that, eh? Our sought-after apothecary and the upstart merchant prince were one and the same. Might we assume the blessing he stumbled upon in Garlemald was a certain alien craft and its occupant? Sorry to intrude, but aren't you the hero who helped us when folk were turning into beasts? Well, some nasty-looking creature just showed up outside town. One of our guards went to confront it, but I don't like her odds against that thing. This sounds like a case for Inspector Hildibrand. Come, friends. Let us investigate forthwith. I thought you destroyed that monster. I have the situation under control, citizens. This individual bears a strong resemblance to a known fugitive, so I thought it prudent to investigate. Regrettably, he has proven less than forthcoming with his answers. How many times must we teach you the same lesson, shiny skull man? Lesson, what are you on about? Bah, cease this babbling and get out of my way. Lord Van Nudi's orders are to cause trouble at the port, and I'm running behind schedule. Van Hoody, the merchant who tried to buy Yildamald, so he put you up to this? Curses, how did you manage to deduce our dastardly plan? You blurted it out. Silence. No one learns of our scheme can be suffered to live. Prepared to be squashed, meddlesome worms. Whoa. Queen. Oh. 3 more Sinister Skullmen. Was the Doctor a quadruplet? Hey. Nice. Mother. Various vermin, the vexatious vermin, this will soften you up. That's cool. Ah, lucky hit. One last pitch. ultimate heavy hitter special. But that was my fastball. I've come to expect father's sudden appearances, but what brings you here, mother? A proposition from that merchant Van Hoody, as a matter of fact. I'm accompanying your dad as a manager for Manderville and Manderville, and we were just on our way to the bloke's mansion. I've already refused Master Van Hoody once before when he tried to buy out our commercial empire. This time, however, the deal concerns offloading a quantity of gold at wholesale prices. 'Tis quite an attractive offer considering fine jewelry is our stock in trade, and we thought to at least listen to his proposal. But if he would purposefully command his lackeys to disrupt the peace of a public port, we can't do business with a thug like that. Absolutely not. Where did all those lackeys come from in the first place? Is there a hulking weaponized brute manufactory around here somewhere? As I suspected, my ship's vaporized beam is configured to expunge only replicated matter, so you can copy inorganic materials as well. How interesting. Once the matter duplication facility has analyzed an object's molecular structure, it can generate any number of copies. Yet it cannot create matter from nothing. A requisite supply of ether must be on hand to facilitate the process. Core, you sure do know a lot, Inspector Brandyhild. Even alien starships. 'Tis no great achievement. As I've mentioned, the gaps in my knowledge were patched with data from the starship's owner archives, which include the vessel's full schematics and functions. Assuming I understand this correctly, is it possible Van Hoody is using the repaired alien craft to replicate piles and piles of gold? We share the same suspicion, Master Delion. To my knowledge, no other method exists that can reliably produce precious metals. Of course, 'tis the obvious conclusion. That being the case, one might further assume that Van Hoody is either threatening or deceiving Master Poo-Poo's comrade in order to gain access to the vessel's superior technology. Of course, our course of action is clear. We march right up to the gold spawner's front door and demand the release of his extraterrestrial hostage. Ooh. The inspector's mother is as monstrously strong as the Manderville man, except that doesn't make any sense. I like that they acknowledge it twice. At least twice. All this talk of threats and deceit has me worried. I am given to understand that while identical in appearance, the craft belongs to Master Cuckoo's comrade is equipped with more advanced technology. That was a smashing hit, yo. I was hesitant to put stock in the unsavory rumors I'd heard, but this unprovoked attack on the port would seem to be the incontrovertible proof of Van Duty's villainy. Good to see you, yo, and good to see you're still keeping company with our darling boy. That blocky lad a new friend of yours? Smooth off the edges and he'd be the spitting image of our Hildy. We must confront this malicious merchant at once. If you're set on confrontation, then you may as well come with us. Van Hoody's invitation included a private airship flight to his new estate. Aye, we still need to formally reject his deal anyways, and his pilot will be waiting. Let us take this Van Duty to task and bring an end to this case once and for all. Shall we be on our way? We're to meet Van Hoody's pilot atop the rise just south of Kadja's footsteps. Huh. You never know what you're gonna find people doing. Look, Godbert, Lady Julian. And entourage. Pray excuse our presumptuousness. My son and his companions insisted they come along, desperate as they were to meet with the illustrious Master Van Hoody. I see. One moment, please, if you please. Lord Van Hoody should be glad to welcome you and all to his home. Pray step aboard and I shall take you there directly. Welcome, honored guests, to my humble abode. I trust the views is to your liking. Since you traveled all the way from distant Ul'dah, a pleasant backdrop to our talks was the least I could provide. And what an unexpected boon this is. I had been debating whether to extend you a personal invitation, but now here you are, like as a wish come true. Save your act for the magistrates, Van Hoodie. We know the secret of your ill-gotten gold. You will cease this exploitation of alien technology and release your hostage into the care of Master Poo-Poo at once. Unraveled all my schemes, have you? Good, I needn't waste my breath on tedious explanations, then. This is Master Poo-Poo, I presume. I do have his fellow alien with me here. Yes. As for exporting their technology, I freely admit to duplicating a quite frankly obscene amount of gold, but that was merely the beginning. Imagine making a copy after copy of the deadliest weapons in existence. Would not the world itself be yours for the taking? Let's get straight to the point. I want you at my side, with the vaunted Warrior of Light as the template for my clone army. We would conquer this and every other land in creation. I can just be like, that's not a bad idea, actually. Me and my clones just take over the world. Or I refuse categorically and emphatically. I mean, I wouldn't, but I gotta see what happens when I see that. Ah, a splendid jest, my friend. A splendid and not all indicative of suppressed megalomaniacal ambition jest. Yes? Of course it was. Our redoubtable yo would never dream of accepting such a contemptible proposal. A pity, yet I anticipated you would prove an impediment to my you would prove impotent to my ascension. Yes, it seems the time has come to test Lagune's ritual of manifestation. All was prepared long in advance of your coming. This tower holds not only mundane treasures, but also caches of crystals. As for the requisite congregation of worshippers, well, I had but to clone myself, after all, who is more devoted to my cause and my goddess than me? That's crazy, so all those pods are, like, one of his clones. Like, just praying, being forced to pray. Divine Assure, take up thy blades and wage war upon mine earthly rival. Nay, Hildibrand, against the primal we have more hindrance than help. We dare not remain within its sphere of influence. Best of luck, my friend. I must make a gentlemanly withdrawal. Whoa. Was not expecting this. Please tell me my item level's high enough. Ah, 625? Jesus. That sucks. I'm gonna listen to this song while I take a break and figure out what I'm doing.